Hello and welcome in everybody to a League Note episode of the Fantasy Chairmen podcast. I am Ben and I am riding solo today. No Alex, he's working, and Chance is living it up in Hawaii. So all by myself here, and we're making a little change to the schedule this week because those guys could not join me. Alex will be able to record with me tomorrow, so we're doing a League Note episode first, so we get that out to you on Wednesday, and then we'll do the main episode of the podcast and get that out Thursday. So you're stuck with me today talking about the Fantasy Chairmen Leagues. We're going to jump into the League of Origin Sith Happens, as named by the Emperor himself, Alex, because he was, of course, the champion last year. Not doing as well this year. You love to see it. You love to see it. And just once again, Alex, I cheered for you last year, but that's the last time. Never again. Never again. We want to take you down. So that's what's going to happen. Although you did rebound this week. You got the first win in the League of Origin of the season for you, so I guess nicely done there. All right, we'll jump in and recap week 4. It's now week 5 of the NFL season. Time's just flying by. So we'll go through the matchups here, see how everybody fared this week in Sith Happens. And we'll start with my matchup. This was a battle of the brothers. We had a doubleheader because I was taking him on in our family league as well. And I got the win in both. So my team, Ben, took down Brandon's team, Oh Teddy Behave. And I won handily with a score of 132.05 to Brandon's measly 94.15. And I'm telling you, everybody in the Sith Happens in the League of Origin right now, you better be afraid because my team is starting to come on. Even with a terrible game from Marvin Jones on Thursday night, I was able to put up 132 points on the backs of Deebo Samuel and Ezekiel Elliott. So thank you very much to those two for making it happen for my team this week. Brandon's quarterback that we forced him to pick in the third round, Teddy Bridgewater, did not do well, ended up leaving the game with a concussion, and his highest scorers were Derrick Henry and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So sorry, Brandon. So sorry that I had to beat you. And the next matchup that we had here, and this was a close one, the Fantasy Sasquatch, Matt of Team Crumbopulous Michael, lost to Jared of the Space Cowboys. And when I say it was close, it was very close. One dropped pass from Keenan Allen could have got it done for Matt, but alas, it did not happen. So Jared wins 103.22 to Crumbopulous Michael's 103.02. Oh, you hate to see it. Jared moves up to 4-0 now. Matt drops down to 1-3. And Jared's Space Cowboys, well, one of Jared's Space Cowboys got it done for him. Dak Prescott had himself a great game, but CeeDee Lamb, not very good, surprisingly, even when Dak Prescott had a great game. So Amari Cooper got him some good points there as well. But on Matt's side of things, Aaron Rodgers had a good game. Damian Harris, I am not liking the Patriots' backfield situation right now. And then Miles Sanders getting outshined by Kenneth Gainwell there in the Philadelphia backfield. So sorry, Matt, but you lost a very, very close matchup there. And unfortunately, no stat changes or anything has changed that outcome today. And then Alex took on our co-host Chance. Your Emperor Palpatine took on Droids You're Looking For. And this was another close one, kind of back and forth. Two teams that have been struggling all season so far ended up putting some some good totals up on the day. Alex wins with 130.53, two chances, 123.03. And Alex's team finally got the week that he was looking for, where everybody just came together and scored well. Jalen Hurts had a good day with 28 points there. James Robinson starting to look like maybe Urban Meyer is wisening up, at least in that particular area where they're, let's use James Robinson. He's actually good. And Terry McLaurin, man, Taylor Heineke and Terry McLaurin have that special connection that you love to see. On Chance's side, he threw in Dawson Knox, who got 2 touchdown day, had a great day for tight ends. And David Montgomery had a good day, but Chance, sounds like he's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks now. So this 0-4 start that you're on isn't looking like that's going to rebound anytime soon. Not good, buddy. Gonna want to get out there and make some moves. So Alex, your Emperor Palpatine, gets his first win. Then Kyle of Team Milkman, the Milkman himself, ended up losing, getting his first loss of the season to Brian of I Am Spartacus. I Am Spartacus wins 119.64 to Kyle's 101.66. And Tyreek Hill, that's all you got to say. Tyreek Hill got it done for I Am Spartacus there. And a great day by Austin Eckler was not enough to get the comeback for the Milkman in that one. And then Mike of Dirty Mike and the Boys just continues to do well in the League of Origin here. Our only multiple-time winner in this league, starting his season out 4-0 after getting the win in the 4th week here. And he beats Marcus of, now his team is called Chuba the Hutt. Just coming at it with the Star Wars puns week in and week out. I love it, Marcus. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. And Dirty Mike and the Boys wins 129.82 to Chuba the Hutt's 99.51. Patrick Mahomes, the number 1 quarterback on the week, the number 1 quarterback on the year so far, had 5 touchdown passes in this game, 31.72 fantasy points. DJ Moore looking like a breakout stud this year, getting it done for Dirty Mike and the Boys there. Just solid days from all of his players, except for Logan Thomas, who got injured on the first series of that game. Got him 0 points, but it didn't matter. Marcus's team didn't do so hot this last week. Only had good days from Saquon Barkley, which you love to see, and Russell Wilson had a decent day for him there. And in the final matchup, this was another really, really close battle between the married couple, Alex of Team Porous and Jeff of Team Also Porous, battling it out here. And Alex gets the win over Jeff. Wife beats husband. And that is usually how it goes. Just saying. 99.82 to 98.67. Real close battle. Not very high scores in this one. Josh Allen and Dallas Goedert were the ones that got it done for Team Porous, Team Alex Porous there. And for Team Jeff Porous, Kyler Murray had a good day. Najee Harris had a good day. And then Cooper Kupp kind of came back down to earth this week. 8.9 fantasy points for him there. So wasn't enough to pull him out of the hole in this one. And Alex gets the win there. Let's check into the weekly report for the League of Origin. And the high score this week was yours truly, myself, Ben, with 132.05 points. And Brandon of Oh Teddy Behave was the low scorer of the week with 94.15. The players of the week that were started were Patrick Mahomes, Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Dawson Knox, and the Bills defense. And the bench warmers of the week were Joe Burrow, Cordero Patterson. Oh, man. Marcus, you got to start Cordero Patterson now, man. He was the bench warmer of the week for both the running back and the wide receiver position. Then Jared Cook was the tight end bench warmer of the week and the Ravens defense. And the league awards for this week were best manager went to myself. I set 100% of the max score that I could have had this week. So pat myself on the back for that one. The worst manager was Brandon. And could have had a much better lineup, but didn't quite get there. Highest points in a loss was Chance's team with 123.03 points, and the lowest points in a win was Alex Porras with 99.82 points. The biggest blowout came from my team over Brandon's, and the narrow victory was Jared over Matt. I was also the overachiever this week and was well above my projection coming into week 4, and the underachiever was Jeff. Team Jeff Porras. Underachiever well below his projection coming into week 4. Let's go into week 5's matchup, see who's playing who. Nobody sent in any smack talk, and I am taking on Team Alex this week, so I will talk a little smack. Highest scorer of the week the last 2 weeks, Alex Porras. And you did not score very well this last week. You squeaked out a win against Jeff, but that's not going to happen this week. You're going down, I'm going to win, and you're going to lose. And that's just how it's going to be. So I'm taking on Team Alex Porras, and that is looking like it's a good one. I'm projected to lose right now, 116 to 117, but we all know how those projections go. Matt, the Fantasy Sasquatch of Crimbopulous Michael, taking on chance of the droids you're looking for. Projections say Matt's going to win 123 to Chance's projected 118. It doesn't help that Chance is going to be without David Montgomery for the next few weeks. And then Alex, your Emperor Palpatine, is taking on Brian of I Am Spartacus, and this is projected to be nearly a tie. Alex projected at 123.73 to Brian's 123.82. And then Jared and the Space Cowboys are going to take on Kyle, the Milkman. And Jared is projected to lose right now with a projection of 119 to Kyle's 122. Then Mike of Dirty Mike and the Boys taking on Jeff of Team Jeff Porras. Projected to lose right now is Mike with 121 points, and Jeff is projected to win with 133. And then we've got Marcus of Chuba the Hutt projected at 120 points to take on Brandon of Oh Teddy Behave, who is projected right now for a league low of 105 points. And the standings so far in the League of Origin, we've got in the Galactic Empire Division, Jared is 4-0, followed by Kyle, the Milkman, at 3-1. And then we've got Brian of I Am Spartacus at 3-1, followed by Matt of Team Crimbopulous Michael, and Alex, your Emperor Palpatine, both at 1-3. And then Chance is bringing up the rear at 0-4. In the Rebel Alliance division, Mike of Dirty Mike and the Boys is 4-0, followed by Jeff and myself. And, well, there's 4 of us here, all tied at 2-2. Jeff is currently sitting in second because of points scored. I am in third. And then Marcus is of Chuba the Hutt. He is in fourth. And Team Alex Porras is in fifth. All of us at 2-2. And then Brandon is bringing up the rear in the Rebel Alliance division at 0-4. Jumping over into the Dynasty League now. In the Fantasy Chairmen Dynasty League, had some good matchups in this one in week 4. And to start with mine, man, I have not been able to catch a break in the Dynasty League yet this year. I lost to Jared's team no name here. Lost of a score of 150.6 to my 121.87, and I am having a difficult time trying to decide which of my stellar wide receivers I want to start week in and week out. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and James Robinson both getting it figured out for me and doing well, but Baker Mayfield had himself a bad game. Odell Beckham Jr., bad game there. Because of Baker Mayfield, literally Baker missed him on like 3 different wide open passes that could have been easy completions, and one in particular that would have gone for a big touchdown, and it could have been the turning point for me in this game. But alas, it did not happen. And Jared won on the backs of Dak Prescott, DJ Moore, and Jalen Hurts in the Dynasty League here. Then Matt, the Fantasy Sasquatch, Team Fat Matt, who has gone into full rebuild, ended up getting the win over Alex, Team Porous, with a score of 106.33 to a measly score of 87.29. Yuck. Yeah, not a very good matchup in this one, but Matt gets the win here on the backs of Sam Darnold, who has just been looking really strong ever since getting out from under the fantasy dementor Adam Gase. Had Dawson Knox in at his tight end spot there, and just nobody really did anything for Alex. I guess Kyler Murray was her lone decent scorer this week. Antonio Gibson had an okay day there as well, but yeah, other than that, not much for Team Porous in that one. And then the 2-time champion, Alex of Team Smoke Eaters, just continues to be dominant and takes down Jeff, Team Jeff Porous here, and beats him by nearly 100 points, 177-2, the low score of the week, 86.64. Jeff, what happened to your team this week? You were number 1 in the standings over Alex coming into this week, but now not so much. Just down days all around from Jeff's team in this one. Had a good day from Ezekiel Elliott, but that was about it. And Alex, Team Smoke Eaters, had Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes. What more did he need, really, to take down Jeff this week? And then the Floppy Okapis, Campbell's team, takes down Chance of the Long Creek Hosers. And Campbell's JVC team squad finally came to play. Actually stepped up into the varsity realm and won 171.48 to 111.6. What happened to Chance? He just got thwomped by Deebo Samuel, David Montgomery, Justin Herbert, and Taylor Heineke, all having great days, along with the Buffalo Bills defense for Campbell's JVC team squad. It was a David versus Goliath story in this one, and Goliath fell hard. Chance of the Long Creek Hosers had a good day from Derrick Henry, and not so good day from the Saints defense or Robert Tonyan, and could not take down Campbell's C-Team Floppy Okapis in this one. Or Floppy Okapis, however you pronounce it, I can't remember. Gotta send a reminder, Campbell. And then in the final matchup this week in the Dynasty League, Kyle, the Milkman, took on Mike of Dirty Mike and the Boys, and he won 120.69 to 93.1. Mike falls to 0-4 in the Dynasty League. Complete mirror record of what he's doing in the League of Origin. Just couldn't get anything out of his players this week. Russell Wilson was his best scorer on the day. Josh Allen, Najee Harris, and Aaron Rodgers got the job done for Kyle the Milkman. And let's take a look at the weekly report in the Dynasty League. Alex Smoke Eaters was the high scorer with 177.09 points, and the worst team was Jeff, Team Jeff Porous, 86.64 points. Yuck. The players of the week were Patrick Mahomes, Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Dawson Knox in the Bills defense. Oh, man, the bench warmer. Cordero Patterson was on the bench again. Was the running back and wide receiver bench warmer this week. Matt Ryan, quarterback bench warmer. CJ Uzoma and the Buccaneers defense were all bench warmers of the week. The best manager award goes to Alex of Team Smoke Eaters, who set 86.6% of his perfect lineup. Jeff was the worst manager, who set 61.6% of his best lineup. I had the highest points in a loss. The Flaming Dragon flamed out with 121.87 points. The lowest points in a win was Fat Matt, the Fantasy Sasquatch, 106.33 points there. Biggest blowout was the Smoke Eaters over Jeff's team, and the narrow victory was Fat Matt over Team Alex Porras. The overachiever was Campbell's C Team Floppy O'Copies. Had a projection of 139 and scored 171 points there. And the underachiever was Jeff, who was projected for 133 but scored 86. And jumping into week 5, let's take a look at the matchups here. I'm taking on Alex in this one as well. So Alex of Team Alex Porras. We've got a doubleheader this week. I'm taking you down in both the League of Origin and the Dynasty League. This is going to be fun. Gonna rock you in both of these leagues here. I am projected to win in the Dynasty League with 152 points to Alex's 127. And then the Fantasy Sasquatch taking on Chance, Fat Matt versus the Long Creek Hosers. Matt's projected to lose 108 to Chance's 134. And then, powerhouse battle coming up here. Alex of Smoke Eaters taking on Kyle the Milkman. Alex is projected to win 162 points to Kyle's 152. And you know what? Take him down, Kyle. Take him down. We need to see him get a loss in the Dynasty League here. And Mike, Dirty Mike and the boys taking on Jared's Team No Name there. Mike at 0-4 is projected to lose again, 126 to Jared's projected 145. And I think Jared's going to come away with another win in this one. Then Jeff, Team Jeff Porras taking on Campbell's Floppy O'Copies. Jeff is projected to win 131 points to Campbell's projected 108. We'll see how that one goes. If the C team can come out to play again, then Jeff should not feel safe. And the standings so far in the Dynasty League, the Laid Back Loungers Fantasy Conference. Jared is currently sitting at number 1 at 3-1, followed by Chance and Matt sitting at 2-2. And then I am in 4th at 1-3, and Alex is bringing up the rear at 0-4. Team Porras there at the bottom. In the Relaxed Recliners Fantasy Conference, Team Smoke Eaters, Alex, the 2-time champion, is 4-0, followed by Jeff and Kyle sitting at 3-1. In 4th is Campbell and the Floppy O'Copies at 2-2, and at the bottom of that one is Mike of Dirty Mike and the boys at 0-4. And that will do it for the league note this week. I'm going to send you guys all the link to send in some smack talk. I want to start hearing some here. We're in week 5 of the NFL season, and we haven't had any good ones yet. Hopefully we'll have Alex and Chance back for all the episodes next week. Be listening for the main episode of the podcast tomorrow. Alex should be in on that one with me. And yeah, good NFL in everybody. Way to play fantasy football. It's been fun. Nice job. I'm gonna beat Alex Team Porras because no team name in either league. So I'm gonna beat you in both, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Everybody, have a good NFL Week 5. We'll see you next time. Hey, Alex.
What?
So when you're on a boat and you're on like a rocky ocean, and you're drifting out to sea, what's the best way to keep your boat like sturdy and just staying still?
Oars?
No, not even close. You throw out your anchor.
Oh, your anchor. Oh,
yep,
okay.
You throw out your anchor. You know what I like to do to keep my podcast steady and just sturdy while everything else seems to be rocky and wavy around me?
Not oars, right?
Not oars. It's Anchor again.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Anchor.fm. Let me explain. This app is free, completely free to host your podcast on.
Like 100% free?
100% free. And you get unlimited storage for all your episodes.
Unlimited?
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
As Russell Wilson would say.
Yes.
That's right. It's also got creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Well, I'm all about that.
I know. And it also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on the likes of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of them.
What's not to like?
It's great. You can even make money from your podcast, Alex.
And we're all about that.
And you don't need minimum listenership. So,
that's
good. That's a real good thing. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You need to download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm getting right on it right now.
Keep your boat and your podcast sturdy.